I will begin with a short reading from the Gospel according to Matthew. Behold, the virgin shall be with child and bear a son, and they shall call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. The verse marks the fulfillment of the prophet Isaiah and the generosity of God incarnate. And I'll organize my brief remarks around generosity, not least because generosity is one of the distinguishing features of Canadians. Canadians take care of each other. Et je le fais parce que, en tant que parlementaires, nous sommes souvent appelés à canaliser la générosité de ceux et celles que nous servons, tout en la conciliant avec les réalités budgétaires et les principes de liberté. The Christian tradition holds that generosity is not an original act. We give because we have first received. In the original Greek of the Bible, charis precedes charisma, grace before gift. We parliamentarians are only in this room because we have received abundantly. Certainly a determination that does not recognize obstacles. Probably an intelligence that is restless, and one hopes discernment to see what truly matters. And what of forgetfulness? Forgetfulness is not something one normally associates with politicians. I recall Don Davies' classic line from another recent parliamentary gathering about the wisdom of not crossing a party whose license plates all read, Je me souviens. Mais le Christ, dans le sermon sur la montagne, nous exhorte à faire en sorte que lorsque nous donnons, la main gauche ne sache pas ce que fait la main droite. La générosité, dans ce qu'elle a de plus noble, ne tient pas de compte. Que notre générosité soit discrète et sans témoin, et qu'elle soit aussi bien personnelle qu'institutionnelle. Car la générosité, c'est aussi d'être présent. C'est donner non seulement aux causes, mais aussi aux personnes, à nos familles, à nos amis, à nos collègues et les uns aux autres. Du temps, de l'attention, de la miséricorde. Giving time, attention, and mercy can be our most lasting legacy. I once heard a sermon in which the Reverend addressed different perspectives on immortality. And noting the presence of some nominally and secularly important churchgoers in the front pew, he challenged us over how many of their distinguished predecessors we could name. He admitted that he could only manage 7 of his predecessors without cheating. People, he said, people who went to the horizon of their deaths feeling like they were the heroes of their own story. And then drawing on Scripture, he set our transience in 2 opposing perspectives. First, again from Isaiah and St. Paul, there's that of, let's eat, drink, for tomorrow we die. For if you set your horizon for your performance review at the moment you die, life is short and pressured, and that pressure degrades selflessness and the service of others. However, if the horizon goes beyond the grave and goes beyond for immortal amounts of time and without all the corruption of death that blights this world, then there is a horizon that puts our life into its proper perspective. And that's a life not easily moved by the day-to-day crises of work. It's a life of purpose that can achieve lasting benefit. A life that seeks to advance the trinity of distributive justice, equality of opportunity, and fairness across generations. And even if those efforts fail. It's a life which recognizes that in pursuing virtue, we help build it in ourselves and in others. We expand its practice and give it life. I know there's some Stoics in the room, so I will close by channeling Marcus Aurelius. Arise for the work of humankind. Be humble. However grand you are today, or maybe to become tomorrow, you too will be forgotten. With the centuries, our names become puzzles. But our generosity can live on as examples that multiply through the values and the service of others, a worthy past sedimented into a better future. So may we give thanks for the generosity we each have received and for which we are now called to pass on. Thank you very much.